Yes, it's me again. I know you're excited to have to watch just one more of many videos, but I like to lay out as much stuff ahead of time so that you are less confused. Uh, this probably won't cover everything, so feel free, as always, to email me, contact me in the various ways mentioned in the syllabus, and I can help you further. Here I'm going to do kind of an overall look, an overall tutorial about the menu items that will come into play on the left-hand side of the Canvas page. As far as home page is concerned, this is an old home page. I have the syllabus on that one. I'm probably going to have in your class, I, I can't remember, I think I have the modules there, which actually means that this one and this one will be the same. Home and modules will be the same thing. Click on either one of those, and you'll be looking at the various components of the class, like syllabus module, an introductory module, and then the course calendar, where it lays out the assignments week by week by week. So, and that'll be crucial in this class for you to sort of keep up what's going on, know what's going on. So, home and modules will be the same. ConferZoom, you're probably all familiar with this by now, since everything is online these days. But if not, you want to click on ConferZoom to find any kind of class meetings. There's going to be one class meeting per week in this course. It's scheduled. Again, this is a different class, an old one, so don't look at that. Don't go by that, but find it in the materials. I think ours is on Thursday mornings at 10:05 a.m. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's correct. Uh, as it says in the syllabus, you're not required to attend because, of course, you couldn't have known that I was going to pick that time and day, have work on those days. So there's always a recording made of this. Conversum does it on its own. So if miss or you can never make one of the our morning meetings on Thursdays, just go back to the event recordings, click that, and you can watch it like you were there. Except you can't say anything that anyone will hear, but that won't matter. And if you want to get credit, because there is extra credit for attending these meetings, then watch a recording and send me an email within 24 hours telling me what was in it or what was covered at the meeting. And you do that, I will consider you to have been there, even if you weren't there. So no penalty. Wouldn't be fair, of course, for not being able to attend the meetings, and you have recourse to the recording, and then just send me an email about it. All right. So you want to look for events here. If you want to make appointment to talk to me in my office hour, you can do so. My office hour is well, just I don't want to. I might use this video again, so in front of their class. So look up my office hour, but you can make an appointment here in certain time slots, and we can talk, face to face, like it was in my office, in my virtual office. Actually, it is my office at home, but not my school office, of course. So ConferZoom will be certainly useful and necessary for the once a week meetings, but also for appointments. You might use it as well. Okay, so announcements here. This will be, I think, important as well. I will send out announcements at various times in the semester for a myriad of things. So it could be telling you something about an upcoming exam. It could be something I just thought of off the cuff, something I forgot to say. So you want to be on Canvas a lot in an online class. You should probably be on really every day or 5 times a week. At least take the weekend off. But you want to be on here a lot. So you want to look for any recent announcements. And Canvas, as I'm sure most of you know, gives you all kinds of reminders on these things, or lets you know when something is there. So they're kind of hard to miss anyway. But you will miss them if you're not on Canvas. Modules covered in another video, but this might be the most important of the menu items here, just because in this class, again, that stuff, if the lights aren't on in green, I can only see that, so that wasn't for the class itself. But here, sorry, Maybe I picked a bad class. So here, week one of this class uh, sort of tells you everything that is laid out week by week with the actual dates. Again, it was a summer class, but this is a way to really keep yourself organized. Okay, this is what I have to do week one. It gives you the dates there. Here's what we need to do week two. These are lectures that you watch, PowerPoint lectures. Both of those actually are. There's a homework assignment due there. There's an exam at the end of that week. So you can scroll all the way down through the class and see, again, week by week, exactly what we're doing. So if you're ever in doubt about what's coming up, when you're supposed to do the next week or the week after that, I don't put these up more than 2 weeks at a time. So 2 weeks out is the furthest you can look, at least on here. Some things you can find, again, in the syllabus also. There's a lot of repeat here and overlap, but that's intentional so that you have more opportunities to not get something wrong because you see it in multiple places. Files. This looks rather intimidating here, but files kind of think of as the place to go where you can acquire things, either print them out or find them on, just put them on the screen, that in the old days instructors used to hand out. So study guides, used to hand out study guides in person, the paper versions of them, but you can find the study guides here under files. So each study guide, right, there's one for each mini exam. So find the appropriate one for Ultimate Exam 3. You click on that and you find a whole list of terms that you're required to know. If it's on said study guide, if one of those names, any of those names, events are on there, it's fair game for the mini exam. If it's not on there, I won't ask you about it. So this is how you study. Excuse me. PowerPoint presentations. These are all the PowerPoint presentations in raw form. They're not the PowerPoint lectures, which are found on modules. But some students like to go back and just study the PowerPoints without my melodious voice in the background. And you can do so by also finding them here in files. There's this should be in this one as well. There's a section called bio here under files as well. There's just a short little blurb about my experience, teaching experience, college degrees, etc. I'm not trying to brag, but sometimes students ask me what my qualifications for teaching this class are. So if you want to know, click on bio. I don't know why it's not in this one. If not, if you don't care, don't. All right. Quizzes. There's another shorter video on this, but I'll talk about it briefly here. So anytime that you want to know when an exam is, Canvas calls all exams, quizzes, everything that is a test. Canvas calls it a quiz. So it's right there. So we actually do have two quizzes: an introductory quiz, a syllabus quiz at the beginning, first week. But the rest are mini exams. They're sort of small versions of a midterm, broken up into smaller pieces, done 7 times instead of like 3. But at any point in the class, if you're like, well, I don't know what mini exam 2 is. Well, first you can go to modules and find mini exam 2 there, just like you do here. But you can click on this. This is from the instructor's point of view. It doesn't look exactly this way for you, but pretty much. Available from July 5th. Again, this is an old class, to July 7th. I give you a 3-day window of opportunity, so you can know ahead of time when you're supposed to take the exam. If you forget, just click on quiz, quizzes, and find the appropriate one. Assignments kind of puts everything graded together, so this can be an alternate way to find mini exams as well. But it has the collaborative web-based assignments, the homework assignments as well. So anything that counts for points, you can find here and click on it to find the due dates on this or that also. So there's multiple places. Again, so many places it can be confusing, I think, because there's too many. But most of it is just overlap for your convenience. Discussions. We have 2 assignments: the collaborative web-based assignments you just saw there, and the cyber socialist homework, which is your group homework. the only homework in the class that are there, but you can always click on that, or you do click on that to find your discussion group and get into the room to get involved in the discussion. They're not live discussions. People have posted before you get there. People will come after you post, etc. But you have 1 week long for those homework assignments. The collaborative web-based assignments are group oriented as well. There's a separate video on that. You may have already seen it. Grades, you can always check your grades at any time. They won't always be updated if I don't get to correcting something right away. A week, I think, is a reasonable amount of time for any assignment. Sometimes they'll be there before that. Sometimes it might be a little bit afterwards. This doesn't seem to be coming up. You don't really need to look at that too badly. That's kind of that's what my side of the gradebook looks like. So that's not of too much value to you. Anyway, it's going super slow just when I don't need it to. So discussions, grades, we did that. People, not just sort of a list of people in the class, but it could be useful if you're trying to find the name of someone in the class that's in one of your groups or something and you can't remember it, etc. The chat room, I'm going to put available for your convenience so that hardly anyone ever uses it, but it's just a place to go and this is how it's usually used, but not always. But someone will say, hey, does anyone know what Professor Jardine meant by saying this, or does anyone know when this assignment is due? And you put that out there, and somebody is either there already or they answer you next time they look at the chat room themselves. So this is a way for you guys, kind of unofficially, uh, you know, uh, to kind of speak to each other, talk to. Please make sure you only talk about um, the class. I don't want people talking about sports or whatever it is. This is just for the class. And keep in mind, I can see this. I don't monitor it really, but I can see it. So let's try to keep keep a professional demeanor here. Use appropriate language. And if you want to talk behind my back, just do it behind my back. This wouldn't count because I could see it. I'm kidding, sort of. All right. After that, there are a number of things that are mostly, some of these I might take away, but some of these are about just different resources for you on campus, things to kind of help you out. Some of which are definitely worth looking into. All right. I think that's all I need to talk about here. You guys have a lovely day.